Hello, what is up guys? It is GDS Corinne here and I'm here with the first of my animation tutorial series. Today I'm going to be showing you how to do motion tweening in Photoshop, not Flash. Today is going to be a Photoshop tutorial. Okay, so what we got here is this is just a work in progress scene from my animated film Circus on the Moon that I am currently working on. And you can see I've got the circus and, you know, on the moon and stuff, and then I got these little stars around it. And before you do anything, you want to make sure that you have a general plan of what you're going to be animating, so you know and you can get it done quicker. So what I planned on having is I have certain stars in pairs, and I have certain ones by themselves. So these ones are pair. This little guy over here is by himself. This one's his pair. These two are separate. And I'm going to have them basically kind of fly out from all directions away from the circus, so like flying out all directions from the circus. So that's what I'm going to be doing, and I have them all on separate layers because you need to have whatever you're moving on a separate layer from the background. That's what I've learned, and it's pretty much the only way to do it, okay? So what we're going to get started is, this down here is the animation timeline. When you guys first open Photoshop, it's probably going to look like this. It's going to say animation frames. You're going to want to change it by clicking this button, and it's going to a little thing's going to say convert to a timeline animation. Click that, and this is going to come up. So once you have this is your timeline of your animation timeline, and up here this is how many seconds it's going to be up here. So I have mine set to 9 seconds. I usually don't have it going more than 9 seconds because none of my scenes are usually longer than 9 seconds. You can shrink it, make it bigger, but I like to keep it like just a regular size. And over here are all the layers. So we're going to start with these two over here, and I'm going to show you how to do it. So basically these two are going to be flying from up here. They're going to come down from up here and go, well, you know what? I'm going to turn them a little bit more. I think I was going to have them actually pop out from behind the circus tent. So just make sure I have the circus under the folder moon. I'm just going to put it underneath so it goes underneath. So like this, we can have it fly out like that. That's what we're going to do. Okay, so to start off, this layer is called stars to left. That's what I named it because it's on the left hand side and there's 2 of them. So when we do that, click that. This little drop down arrow next to the layer on the animation timeline. Alright, so now this part can get a little tricky. So what we're going to do is we're going to put it on its start position. Its start position is going to be slightly peeking out behind the tent just so I can grab it, okay? See that little tiny area right there that's peeking out from behind the tent? Right there? We need a little spot peeking out. That's just how it works, okay? So you're going to push this little, it looks like a stopwatch under position under your start, your layers that you want to be moving. Click it once. So now we set a keyframe right here, this yellow diamond right here. So now we're going to basically just move it where we want it to go and how fast we want it to go. So basically if you have it at 1 second, it's going to be going really fast. So I'll show you what it means. So I want it to fly out over here and then back up. So we're going to put it down here first. So basically if you play it now, it's going to go really fast. Well, it's pretty slow, but you know what I mean. Like the longer you have it going, like now that I set it to 4 seconds, it goes a lot slower. So I'm going to set it to 1 second. You know, I'm going to do ½ a second instead, so it's a little bit quicker because they're flying out because they're excited. So it flies out, and so now whenever you move something, it automatically adds a new keyframe. You see I didn't have to push this stopwatch again. Do not push the stopwatch again or it will delete all your keyframes that you made. Okay? So now I'm going to bring it up to 1 second, a little bit past 1 second. You just got to play around with the timing and bring it back over here off the screen. So now see, it automatically added my keyframe in right here. So now basically what happens is it flies up and flies out. And it's not the greatest, but it's better than doing each frame separately, and it makes it look a lot smoother. So I have those 2 flying out. Now we're going to do the rest of the stars, and I'm going to show you how it looks. So these 2 are going to be flying out. And you could do different things at the same time. You just got to make sure you don't hit that stopwatch again. So close that, and now we're going to do this star right here, and his name is star 1 right. So we're going to change his position. He's going to be behind the tent too, but this time he's going to come up and then down. So we're going to start his position, and you know what? Hang on a sec. I moved him too far behind the tent. Now you can't see him. Okay, you just need like the slightest bit of him popping out so you can grab it and move it without hitting another layer, basically. And I can't seem to grab him properly. God, I'm sorry. Okay, that right there. That's gonna be our little area. Okay, so we're on star 1 right. We're gonna hit that little stopwatch at 0 frames. If you want them to go at the same time, if you want it to be a little delayed, just pull it out a little bit more. I'm gonna have it a little bit delayed, so when these ones are down here, he comes out from his section. So hit that stopwatch once. Now it marked his position at behind the tent. Now we're gonna move it a little bit more, and we're gonna move him up out of the tent, up here. So now you can see we got these two coming out, and then there he comes over there. And it is a little bit slow, so be sure to save often. Like if you have multiple things open, I'm going to close these so we can speed it up. Try not to have a lot open when doing this because Photoshop may crash on you. So I'm just going to warn you, it may crash. So he comes out, and now he's going to go back over here and all the way over. Let me just fix that over here. So now we have stars flying out. That's good. That looks good. Now we're going to work on these two over here. I think what we're going to have them do is we're going to have them like cross in the front. So there's going to be one over here. He's going to cross down, and this one over here is going to cross this way. So this one here is called star 3 left. So we're just going to hit him, and it's going to be after these two fly out. So he's going to be like half. Right here, a little bit after 1 second. I'm going to hit that stopwatch to mark his position to start at. And then we're going to put it down to 2 seconds, and he's going to fly down here and disappear over there. So let's see how that looks. They fly out, he flies out, and there goes this little star. He goes over this way. You know what, I think I'm going to have him turned a little bit more because he looks kind of odd flying like this. Like this, that's a little bit better. So now he's flying, those two go out, that one goes out, and there comes the little guy. That looks good to me. And if you can also play around with the timing if you don't like how it exports. This one here, we named him Right Star. He's going to fly out basically the same time that the little guy starts, so he's going to mark that, hit that stopwatch right there to mark his start position. And when he flies out, right about here, we're going to bring him down over here. And my timeline is in the way. I apologize for that. Move this, bring them down over here, and that looks good. We can stretch it too, just so it looks a little bit better. Let's see what we got. Play, please. Those two fly out, he flies out, they go crisscross, and they're gone. That's it. So basically, instead of having, save often, sorry, just, so basically instead of having to do every single frame of them moving ever so slightly and it would look pretty choppy, you basically just tweened and told them where they wanted to go, and it did it automatically for you. That's what's awesome about this. And it's not as complicated as Flash, it really isn't, so do not click this button right here. That will convert it back to frame-by-frame animation, and you'll probably, right here, this is probably like 100-something frames for 2 seconds, so please do not click that button unless you want a whole mess of frames, and it gets all confusing. Okay, now I'll show you how to export your animation. Click File, Export Render Video, that's what it's called. And mine's called Scene 15, and you can save it as a QuickTime movie. That looks good. That QuickTime is always good. You can also do AVI or an image sequence or MPEG-4. You can do that. And I like to do 1280 by 780. That seems to be like a regular widescreen. It's the same size as this, so that's why I do it at that size. 24 frames per second should be good. And then you just click Render. And it does take a little bit, like depending on how long the animation is or how many things you got going on, it does take a little while. See, here we go. It's exporting. Okay, we finished the export. So now it should be right here on my desktop. Yes, I have a Howl's Moving Castle screensaver. This is how it turned out. After it exported, they all fly out. Basically how it turned out. And I don't know why, but Photoshop tends to add like a bunch more seconds on there because of the timeline we had as 9 seconds. So you could just use a movie editing program and just cut those out. But that's how it turns out. So I hope you guys enjoyed this little tutorial. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them in the comment box below. I will be happy to answer them. and I hope to bring you more Photoshop animation tutorials soon. So thanks for watching, guys.